You're watching Tornado Facts with Beanrock124, Season 3, Episode 16, or Episode 56. My name is Nathan, and I love talking about tornadoes. Today, I am talking about a pretty significant tornado outbreak. This was the tornado outbreak of April 2nd, 2006. This was a tornado outbreak that obviously occurred on April 2nd, 2006 during the late afternoon and evening hours of that day. It was a series of tornadoes that broke out in the central United States on that day. It was the second major outbreak of 2006 in the same area that suffered considerable damage in a previous outbreak, or the last episode, and the episode before that. The most notable tornadoes of the outbreak struck northeastern North, northeastern Arkansas, the Missouri Boot Heel, West Tennessee, where several communities, including Marmaduke, Arkansas, and Caruthersville, Missouri, excuse me if I say that wrong, and New Bern, Tennessee suffered devastating damage. In total, 66 tornadoes touched down across 7 states, which is the most in a single day in 2006. In addition, there were over 850 total severe weather reports, including many reports of straight-line wind damage exceeding hurricane force and hail as large as softballs, which caused significant additional damage in a 9-state region. And here is that Marmaduke F3 wedge tornado. This thing was huge. Very significant looking tornado there. The outbreak caused 27 tornado-related fatalities, plus 2 other deaths from straight-line winds. It was the deadliest tornado outbreak in the United States since the May 2003 tornado outbreak, or I believe episode 7 of this season. That killed 48 people. 26 of those deaths were caused by a single supercell, which produced damaging and long-lived tornadoes from north-central Arkansas to northwest Tennessee. Here's your meteorological synopsis. The outbreak was caused by a cold front that tracked across the central U.S., triggered by a deep low-pressure area in the upper Midwest. The warm, humid air mass ahead of the cold front, along with high upper-level wind shear, produced supercells across the region. The outbreak was expected to have started the previous day in the high plains as the cold front tracked across that region. The supercells didn't really fire up as expected, and only one small tornado was reported in Pawnee County, Kansas on April 1st. Severe weather that day was largely restricted to significant microbursts and large hail. Storm Prediction Center issued a moderate risk of severe weather for April 2nd, 2006, with the main risks being tornadoes and large hail. The primary risk area was in central Mississippi River Valley, and the lower Ohio River Valley up into central Illinois, where most of the tornadoes touched down. Many tornado watches, if not any PDS watches, were issued across the region. While a significant severe weather event was expected, the extreme nature caught many forecasters by surprise, based on the risk levels and probabilities estimated by the SPC in the primarily affected area. Farther north, the initial thunderstorm development in eastern Missouri quickly developed into a squall line, eventually becoming a derecho that produced many embedded and generally weak tornadoes and widespread damage across Illinois, here comes Arkansas again. Across Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio. Springfield, Illinois, capital of the state, which was struck by 2 tornadoes less than a month earlier, last episode again, was hit by tornadoes again and damaging straight-line winds of up to 80 miles an hour, as well as the St. Louis metro. The storm quickly tracked through Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky with a peak wind gust of 82 miles an hour in Lexington, Kentucky, and wind damage was reported in Cincinnati, Ohio, and Louisville, Kentucky, and Indianapolis, Indiana, among other cities. The line of storms slowly weakened while traversing eastward, and the severe weather events dissipated later that evening. I believe, isn't this day the day that had the 60% tornado risk area? Let me look. I'm looking up, I believe this had it. Huh, maybe not. Okay. I can't remember what day that was then. Alright, whatever. Let's go back to the confirmed tornadoes. None unrated, 27 F0, 25 F1, 8 F2, 6 F3, no F4s and F5s, thankfully, for a total of 66 tornadoes, and here are your tornadoes. And by the way, all these occurred on the same day if it was not obvious enough already. Here's the Caruthersville is how I'm going to pronounce it, because that's how I pronounce things. And that's the tornado we'll talk about in more detail. That thing was on the ground for, Jesus Christ, 77 miles. Looks like nothing really in the nothing really close to Illinois, okay. No, I'm recording this at 11:21 p.m. the night before this is supposed to be uploaded, so yeah, I am kind of stressed, and I just came home from watching my cousin. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, what is going on? This was the closest tornado to the Chicagoland area that occurred in McLean and Livingston County, which is not too far from where I live by probably about an hour or two. Several F3s. How many did I say? I think like six. Six. Oh, yeah. Okay. I just guessed. Anyways, here's the Caruthersville tornado. I know everybody's going to yell at me for saying that. The most infamous tornado of the outbreak touched down in Randolph County, Arkansas, just south of Pocahontas. Apparently, that princess from Disney is now a city. Or it's the other way around. The tornado first struck the small community of Shannon at F1 intensity. Three businesses and 5 homes were destroyed. Another 2 businesses and 2 homes had major damage, and 18 other homes had minor damage. Past Shannon, the tornado rapidly intensified into a large high-end F3 tornado as it crossed into Greene County and slammed into the town of Marmaduke. Isn't there a dog? What is with all these towns named after like certain characters in movies? I know Marmaduke is a dog in some movie. I can't remember, but I know it's a dog. So I don't know what's going on here. The town was devastated with 130 homes and 25 mobile homes being completely destroyed. A pharmacy and some industrial buildings were also destroyed, and the town's water tower was damaged. Multiple vehicles were tossed around, and 15 railroad cars were blown off the tracks as well. 47 were injured in town, 2 of which were airlifted to a hospital. Outside of town, 19 homes and 11 mobile homes were destroyed. In addition, 7 houses and 2 mobile homes had minor damage in the county, and a car was thrown 80 yards from one residence as well. Wait. A car was thrown 80 yards from one residence well. Okay. Oh, well. The tornado then crossed the St. Francis River into Dunklin County, Missouri, where it displayed a multi-vortex structure. 7 homes were destroyed and 33 others were damaged in rural parts of the county, along with multiple power poles which were downed. The tornado then crossed into Pemiscot County, which struck the town of Braggadocio, at F2 intensity. The tornado's only 2 fatalities occurred at that location, where a couple was killed in their car as they tried to flee from the tornado. This is a lesson. Don't do that. Even with hail. One of my good storm chasing buddies, you know who you are. We don't talk about that. Otherwise, I will get a nasty message from him later when he sees this video. Where was I? I am very funny. The tornado then re-intensified to a high-end F3 intensity as it tore through the neighboring town of I believe it is Caruthersville, destroying roughly half the community and injuring 130 people. 226 homes were destroyed and 542 others were damaged in town. The water tower, municipal airport, several churches, the high school and middle school, and multiple businesses were destroyed as well. The tornado abruptly dissipated just outside of town after traveling 77 miles. I can barely travel 77 miles without being antsy. Yeah, this is probably this has been my favorite Tornado Fangs with Beanrock124 video ever, because of the amount of jokes I have and the amount of dyslexia I am displaying, considering it is 11:24 at night, 11 hours before this is supposed to be uploaded. So yeah, I am kind of stressed. 6 months after the tornado, debris remained scattered throughout Marmaduke. Yeah, great. Looks like the dog hasn't come out and picked it up. Never mind. Many homes and businesses had been rebuilt, while many others remained in their tornado-damaged state. What? Oh, the water tower, which was heavily damaged, was torn down shortly after the tornado. Sounds like a rolling fork, but we don't make jokes about that. The primary employer in the area, American Railcar Industries, rebuilt its facility and quickly returned it to an operational status. On August 29, 2006, hey, I know that day, a year after Hurricane Katrina touched down, or Hurricane Katrina apparently touched down, yeah. Hurricane Katrina made landfall in New Orleans, or just south of there. August 29th, that was a year before. Caruthersville Emergency Manager and Fire Chief Charlie Jones was awarded the Storm Ready Community Hero Award for his actions preventing further injuries and fatalities in the area. He ordered the sirens to sound repeatedly and used the fire department's communications frequency to warn the imminent and extreme danger that lay ahead, which saved many lives that evening. There were no deaths in Caruthersville as a result. More than half of the community was destroyed, even though... Yeah, that's it. Charitable outpouring was enormous, and several key buildings, including one of the schools, have been rebuilt. Yeah, I would hope so. It's been 17 years since this happened. Numerous FEMA trailers intended for Hurricane Katrina victims were unused and sitting nearby. Yeah, you want to know why they were unused? Because everybody was in the Superdome. in or the Astrodome in Houston, where Journey played back in 1982. But yeah, uh, what's with all the references in this video? What is actually going on? So the FEMA trailers were redirected to the communities affected in Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee, and Tennessee after the tornadoes hit. And whoa. And here's some damage. You got tornado damage here in O'Fallon. I can't remember what the tornado rating was there, but I believe it was something. Another tornado damaged house in O'Fallon. A lot of the windows blown out. I'm surprised these two aren't blown out, and that one. Damage from a derecho in Indianapolis. I don't know where this building is in Indianapolis, but Jesus Christ, that's a lot of windows taken out. Even look at right here too. That is horrifying if you see that. Multiple multi-vortex tornadoes in Dunklin County. I believe this is the same tornadoes as Caruthersville. F3. Marmaduke damage, Caruthersville damage, and that is it. And actually, that's it for the entire episode. So that is it for this edition of Tornado Facts with Beanrock124. Ooh, you thought I was going to say Nathan's Weather Show again. Nope. I learned my lesson from last time. So this has been Season 3, Episode 16 of Nathan's Weather Show. Yeah, this has been my favorite Tornado Facts with Beanrock124 video ever, trust me. I've never had this much fun making a stupid video about a tornado event. Seriously. But either way, yeah, goodbye.